Hello, my darlings, it's me, Mrs Ophelia Later, and this is the ultimate Mrs Ophelia Later makeup tutorial. This is 2025, and you know what? Let's get started. Well, my darlings, my first step in the makeup process is to always take some talcum powder and powder your face with it. Before any makeup's gone on, you're freshly shaved, cleaned your face, the first thing every time is talcum powder or baby powder, however you want to say it. This is what I use for primer. I have a very oily, I've got oily skin. So the thing that I do first is take the powder, put it on, and it just needs to sit on your face. You need to get it into your pores, and it's obviously sweating, gets rid of the oily complexion, and it's how I start every makeup. I don't feel like my makeup's on properly unless I've done this step. Okay, so after you've put the powder on, it's on your face, it's in your pores, take a big fluffy brush, and you brush it all off. You want to get rid of all the texture, you want to get rid of everything apart from the powder in the pores. Well, my lovelies, it's time for the first step of makeup. This is obviously foundation. So, I like to use a very pale foundation. This is a relatively new one. I quite enjoyed it. I go for full coverage. I go for matte. I don't want anything shiny. I don't want anything that won't cover everything I've got. Because you won't believe this, I'm a man. Right, my lovelies, the next step is contour. I do pale foundation, so I go heavy with contour. I like it dark. I use 3 shades because that's the most natural you can get. I do it around the forehead, cheeks, nose, and jawline. I do a jaw strap. I do accentuated cheeks. They're more like a drag king, but it works for me. So that was the Beauty Bay Make Face palettes. I love them. I recommend them fully. Honestly, I use them for every makeup that I do. What you can see now, I'm doing the cut cheek. Now, people do this, they do it underneath. I go all in. I do a whole chunk. So as you can see, I'm very gently lining up from the bottom, then I go to the top. It starts at the chin, where the dip is between the chin and the cheek. You come up to the middle of the chin, the middle of the cheek, not the chin, and you swoop it round and up to be perpendicular with the ears. I do this on both sides. I do 1 layer of foundation, same foundation as the face. Then I'll go in, put some more on, blend it in, because I want it to be really, I like a harsh line. And for me, that's what pulls me into the character, this very distinct makeup look. I don't only do the cheeks, I also cut the nose, which I will show you shortly. Sometimes I do the forehead, the tulip, if people want. It's up to you. There's no rules to makeup. Do what makes you happy. For me today, it was just a case of, cheeky vape, a light blending. So as you can see, I'm going in again on the cheek, just to really emphasise the colour difference. I like the contrast. And this I'll do on both sides. As you can see, it goes a lot paler. That's how I like it. I like it to be as extreme as you can get, which is why I would say this is more like a drag king look in terms of shapes. And now I'll do the other side. This is not my dominant side. You'll see that a few times, that my left side is not my dominant side to do things on. But you know what? We make it work. And if we don't, we drink enough to forget. That's my motto. I can't tell if I'm checking out the makeup or admiring myself. So, I cut the nose as well. You don't have to do this. Some people do, some people don't. I like to, purely because I want that sharp, angular. I feel like if I don't do a cut nose, it doesn't match the cheeks. And I like my face to all look at least like they've met before. So I'm doing the other side as well. I also do it in the eye socket, the foundation, because that acts as an eyeshadow primer. It helps me locate where to put the cut crease. It shows me where the eyebrows are going to start. It's very good. I recommend it. Well, my loves, the next step for me is to highlight the nose. I'm taking the same foundation as before, with a flat concealer brush. Just going straight down in one angular line. I'll then go through, blend it slightly. I'm fixing it first, getting some more product on, but I will blend it slightly. I also put some in between my natural eyebrows above the bridge of my nose, just to pull the forehead into the nose as well. Now we've finished with all of the cream products, we'll take some powder and we'll set our face, let it sit for a minute and it's fine. Brush it off, then we're going in with blush. As you can see, I'm mixing two colours, a light pink and a dark mauve, and I just put them on the cheek, and that's in air quotes, and bring it down the contour line. I do it on both sides. Everything I do on both sides. After this, I put it around the forehead, just to marry it all together. I need some extra this time, apparently. So I'll put it along the forehead. Sometimes do it down the nose. Sometimes do it along the jawline. It all depends on how you're feeling. Do what makes you happy. And I'll get in a darker colour. And this I'm doing right in the pit of the cheek. This is where the most shadow sits, which for me is quite high because of the extreme contour that I did. I use a powder blush. I think this is Revolution. I love it. Okay, now the base is on, we're going to start with the eyes. This one I did a Christmas look, so I started off with a pink, smoked it out quite large, went above and under, then I go in with a darker pinkish, purplish kind of vibe. That goes on the socket and blended slightly out. That's again top and bottom, and you come down the nose slightly. After that, we are taking some white pressed powder, and that I use just to highlight under the nose, where we cut it earlier, under the eye, bring it slightly out as if you're doing a cat eye with eyeliner. That's the kind of place where you want to put it. This, for me, adds like a secondary highlight. There's cream, now there's powder, and for me, I can see a difference with it. I like the contrast. If you don't know what this is, my loves, it is a grease paint palette. For this, I'm doing my cut crease, and for that, I'll take some white or some silver. It all depends on how you're feeling. And you start it at the top of the nose where it was cut, bring it round in a circular motion to about 2/3 over of the eye. You want it to be around where your outside pupil sits. That's my sweet spot. I go over twice to make sure that the colour's really laid down, so you can put a shimmer over the top and you won't see the pink. I do this on both sides, but I was lazy for this. I stopped filming. I know, cardinal sin number 1. But you want to just do, I do it to about there, and then you tap over it with some colour, and it blends it. You look lovely, you look smashing, but you do want to put something over the top. I get bored if not. This is the shimmer I'll be using. I start with a silver on the outer middle, then I use like a white champagne on the inner corner, then I take my brush and just tap, 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 tap. Well, lovelies, I don't really wear eyeliner, but I do a very tight waterline of eyeliner, and this is to help hide the eyelashes. Obviously, we wear false eyelashes. You don't want it to float in the air, so I do just one little strip of black eyeliner on both eyes, and that's it. I don't do a cat eye. I don't do anything. Just one little line. Sometimes I'll bring the line up and round the cut crease if I'm feeling fancy, but I didn't today. Okay, my loves. Now we've done our liquid liner, we're going to do our coal liner, which is a pencil. I just use this gently in the waterline. I like it to be a bit darker. I don't want it to be, like, it wants to be part of the face, but I don't want to leave it looking naked. So I just do a bit of black in the waterline, and it looks lovely. And I know what you're all thinking. Ophelia, where are your eyebrows? And my answer is I shave them off. But no, I take a black eyeshadow. This is a smoky palette from Beauty Bay. And I do a very thin 1930s almost eyebrow. I just do a sweep and it's done. I like this. I did trial the big eye, like the natural eyebrows, and it didn't work for my face. So I do the vintage eyebrow, a very thin, I like to start it about where your natural brow would start, bring it up, and bring it down. It's nothing fancy. Oh, I've messed that up, haven't I? It's okay. You can always fix what's broken. That's why I say it. So, obviously, always feel free. Just trial things. Work it out. For me, I made one side thicker and brought one side down a bit. And then, this is like an insider secret for me and you. Whatever you've messed up, take some shimmer and hide it. It works wonders for me. It's the only way I'll do makeup. Makeup artistry, half of it is about knowing a skill. The other half is knowing how to fix a mistake. And I rarely cling on to that. So I put some of the white powder on from before. Then I go in with a silver shimmer. Just like a highlighter. But I know you can still see it a bit here. Once the whole makeup's on, you don't see it that much, I promise you. It hides a multitude of sins. Just like my corset that hides a multitude of thins. And can I just say, when you're doing your makeup, make sure you stop ample times to get a mirror and check yourself out. You look beautiful. Okay, this is a relatively new thing for me. A shimmer highlight. I never really used to use this. It's only like, in the past couple of years I've started. So this is a loose pigment. And this is like a champagne colour. I do it on the absolute top of the cheek, on the cheekbone. Again, in air quotes. So on both sides, I go down the nose. I've already done it under the eyebrows when I did the eyebrows, as you can see. I don't do the top of the lip. I used to. But I thought it just makes my lip look somewhat oily. I didn't get the right payoff for this that I wanted. I wanted to look like a mirror. It didn't work. So I'm going back in with my silver, my white colour. And just going, again, over the apple of the cheek. Right where the cheekbones are fullest, that's where you want the highlight. Going down the nose, the eyebrows are already done, and your eyes are done. Put a bit of shimmer on. There's nothing wrong with a bit of shimmer. A bit of shimmer never hurt nobody, like Fergie said. Okay, lovelies. Next step, lips. My favourite part of the makeup look. I don't feel complete until I put my lips on. So I like to use a dark lip liner with a lighter lipstick. This can be any kind of colour. I often go for a black liner with a red lip. That's what I do. You could do a purple liner with a pink lip. Do what makes you happy. So lovelies, for me, I love a shaped lip. I do rounded lips with a very strong cupid's bow. Obviously everyone has a different preference. I like this, it's very 50s and it makes me feel beautiful. Do what makes you feel beautiful. So, if you want a lipstick that will stay all day, all night for as many hours as you need, a matte liquid lipstick works wonders. This is Fenty. It's a very dark aubergine, very gothic, moody colour. And I love this kind of colour. Anything dark, anything gothic, I adore. I love a red lip. You do a smacky smack, put it all over, emphasise your cupid's bow again. You can never have too much emphasis on that. Then feel free to go through afterwards with your lip liner and just touch up. Touch it up. I realised that my lip liner weren't as strong as I wanted it to be. I went in and I fixed it. I felt a lot better afterwards. Ah, what's this, a glamorous woman? You don't need to do this. I liked her. I took some red shimmer and I put it just on the inside of the lip and I blended it outwards because where you first put any product, that's where it's the strongest. So I do that on the bottom of the lip first, then I go in, do the cupid's bow, then I blend it all out, again with a ring finger. God gave you some beautiful makeup applicators on your hands. Use them. Again, go back in, touch it up. A lot of this is fine tuning. So next up I do some mascara. I use plain black. I don't really care that much about what it does. As long as the black, I'm a happy girl. Okay, so after this, I go in with some lip coat. This just goes in your lips, stops anything moving, and it sets everything. It's wonderful. Then I'll go in with a black eyeliner pencil again, a curl, do 3 beauty marks above the lip, under the eye, and on the forehead. Well, my loves, it's come to the end. One of the last things I do is I set my face with hairspray. This is the best setting spray you can use. Nothing moves. Honestly, a little interpretive dance. Nothing will move. It stays in one place. You can touch your face and it won't come off, though I don't recommend doing that. Just don't breathe it in. It's not the best for your lungs, but it's wonderful for your face. I believe you me, honestly. So, one of the last steps is to put on some false eyelashes. I didn't do this here. I did it at the venue when I went. But put some duo glue on, is what I use. Stick it to your lash line. Feel free to stack them if you want something more dramatic. I didn't, and I think I look lovely. But do what makes you happy.
This is the final look.